Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to thank all my returning subscribers. You guys are truly amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you for all the comments, the thumbs up, the love, the support. You guys are amazing. And a special thank you to all my new subscribers. You guys are truly welcomed here, and I hope you find some inspiration, and feel free to reach out to me with any questions, anything. I'm new to YouTube, but you know how it goes. So anywho, as you saw in the title of this video, it is a project share for a swap that I was participating in. This is probably my third or fourth swap with Crafting with Isabel. She's either hosted or co-hosted swaps that I have participated in, and the wonderful thing about these swaps is that they always try to match you up with somebody different, and this enables you to be able to learn from each other, connect with each other, know each other better, know each other's styles. And this time around, I have been partnered with her, Crafting with Isabel. So this swap was to create 3 major items, 2 sets of embellishments, and that was the gist of it. So it was an altar hoop, a composition notebook, and a index card, none of which I've ever done. So I'm gonna start with the main project, and of course by the time this video goes up, she already received hers, so of course a link to her reveal will be in the description box down below. So I'm going to start with the main item. So that was the altar hoop. Now I may have to bring you out just a little bit. Sorry guys, I don't want to make you sick or anything. So this was the altar hoop that I made for her. Now let me first say that knowing Isabel, she loves vintage, she loves antique. I love that as well. Those are the colors that I'm comfortable crafting in. But I also know she has a love for a lot of other different things. She appreciates a lot of other different things. And I wanted to try my hand in shabby chic. So that's what I decided to go and do. I've never done it before. So you guys let me know in the description box, in the comment field down below, whether I nailed it or I need some improvement. All constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. So this is the altar hoop that I created for her. Now we were supposed to do it either, let me see if I can bring you out just a little bit. So I'm working with new lighting and new equipment, so bear with me and Loki. Okay. So the dimensions for the altar hoop was 8 to 10 inches. I opted for 10 because I felt 8 was a little too small. That's my personal preference. I thought 10 would be great. So I went with a shabby chic, and I found a lot of images on Pinterest, which I printed out on 65-pound cardstock. Some of them was 110, and then I used it how I saw fit. So this one says sweet flowers, and I use these items. I usually find them in the wedding section. I use that throughout. First of all, let me start with the back. So this is the back, and what I did was cut out a piece of cardboard, and then to the size that I needed. Then I took a 110-pound cardstock and then cut that to the size that I needed, and then came around and added the decorative paper that I printed out from Pinterest right back there. I don't know if you can see it. Cut that to the size that I needed. And then once that was done, I painted my hoop, which is 10 inches. I adjusted it and then came back with white and then put everything down. Then I came with this decorative ribbon. I want to say I got it from a discount store. You know, sometimes they sell like those different streams of ribbon. Just an assortment. And I managed to find enough of one, so I added that one because I love the fringe on it. I also figured out how deep I wanted my pocket, so I cut that down to size. And then once I glued that together, then I added my ribbon. So that goes all the way around. And then in here, I did add moss. And you can probably hear it in there. So I can get my flowers glued in. And these are all from Dollar Tree. These flowers. This butterfly that I added here is from a dollar, I believe it's the Dollar Zone that I got that one from. I added some decorative beaded trim. And then I also did, and I don't know if I have it here. Oh, yeah. I learned how to do my own shimmer spray from Micah. Thank you, Janet, because she had a tutorial. For some of you, this is not new, but for me, it is. Like I said, there's only a lot, not a lot, but there's only certain YouTube channels that I enjoy watching, and I've been exposed to certain things, so thank you for that. I did add these leaves and mint, and I had this mesh ribbon that I added back here, and then just put in my flowers. So that is my altered hoop. I was gonna add some ribbon up here, but I thought that it would be great just to leave it alone. So if they or Miss Isabel wants to hang it up, it can go right in there and then just hang easily. So that was my altered hoop. For my composition book, again, another first for me. So I created this one. I'm gonna move this off to the side. And I still went with the same colors and styles. This ribbon is actually this one here. I got it from Michael's. And what I ended up doing was spray staining it with this color right here. And I ended up with two results. I ended up with one a little bit deeper and a little one more mixed up. And the one that was more mixed up is the one I decided to put on the spine. And then again, papers that I printed out of Pinterest. This doily back here, I spray stained again with that same color, as well as another mix that I learned to do from Mom to Create. And this was actually created with tie-dye. So I'll leave a link to her channel down below so you can figure out how to do that. And that gave me the colors that I was working with. So I had the greens, I had the pinks, and I loved it. I added the darker one there, and I just kind of curled these leaves just to give it a little dimension there. This was actually one doily, and I cut it up in 4 pieces, and I tucked it in where I want it. These flowers were created by myself. So I added them in the dark pinks, the light pinks, and a little bit of gray, because this actually has some grays in it. And then added this sentiment that I also got from Pinterest that said, ooh la la. That ties in that little stamp from the pictures. And I did sew all the edges around before I glued it onto the cover. And of course, these, I don't know what to call these, dewdrops, gems. You get them from the wedding section. And of course, my pearl ribbon. For the back, I added the same paper, sewed around the edges, added my little label there, and I used a seam bind closure here. What they call it, seam binding, but doesn't look like the seam binding that everybody else is getting. So I did divide the book into 3 parts, and with those 3 parts, I did add tabs. So the first part is in the pinks, The second part is in the greens, and the third part are in the pinks. And then I decorated the inside cover, but I didn't add a pocket or anything. I added a pocket on the very beginning, and I did sew around the decorative paper. I did create this large tag here, and I left it blank. All I did was stencil here in the corners, using another thing that I learned from Mom to Create. So of course, check out her channel to figure out how I did that. I did add an eyelet there and the rest of that seam binding and left it blank. She can decorate it how she wants, but I just wanted to highlight the pocket here. And then again, this is the other side. The dividing flaps I did decorate, and then what I did was I inked up the pages. Now what I did was I glued 3 pages together, and I decorated every other page. So this one I created a little pocket, again from images I got off of Pinterest, and then I left it blank, and then I added some elements along the way, then left another one blank, then added another element. This one I glued down all the way, left it blank, and that's just a pattern that I kept repeating. And then tuck spot here, and then we get to another pocket. And then the next one's in the green. So again, some of these are on 110-pound cardstock, some are on copy paper. I didn't want too much bulk. I like the fact that it's, for some of the pages, is coming apart. It just adds that feel to it. Here's a pocket, blank. Here's a side pocket, then blank again. So I just added decorative pieces there, blank again, and then here we go, blank again, and then the last page. This time I added 2 pockets, one on the bottom, one on the top, with some tags that I also printed off of Pinterest. And then the last one, I know she loves her ladies, her vintage ladies, so I found this one. I thought she was really pretty. I firstly cut her out, added her there just to start it, and then of course the edging blank, got that one blank, added a little tuck spot there, little tuck spot there, large pocket here, and then we're down to the back, and then again another half, I don't know what they call these, anyway, another pocket, and then I added another tag, and I used another one of these beautiful vintage ladies. I just stencil across. She can finish decorating it how she wants, to her liking, but I figured I would add that there, and then this is the back. So that is my altered composition notebook. For the index card, I have this packaging. This is where I'm going to send it. But this is the index card that I created. Now I have to say that I must have not really paid attention to the sizing. She gave a couple of sizes. I know when I went to Dollar Tree, I just picked up the index cards, not realizing that these were a little smaller than what she had asked for. So my apologies there. But my information is on the back. I did use paper that I printed off of Pinterest. I did stitch along the edge of that. I did add tulle on top of that and created a shaker, so there is some shaker bits in there all throughout. I then had these corners that I got from AliExpress. I just sewed it, both of them, as well as the key also. Well, this one's from BB Craft, but these are from AliExpress. Here goes that same twine I used. I die cut a butterfly out of my stash, vellum, and the pattern paper that I use for the back. These wood pieces are from Dollar Tree, so I gessoed it, painted it in that mint green, and then used these words from Tim Holtz, yeah, ideology, and just kind of pick the words that I wanted to express. So it was create, inspire, and imagine. And all I did was, after I added my tool and my sequins inside, I glued everything down, added my corners, added my wood pieces, and of course my decorative centerpiece. And that is my altered index card. And of course my information's on the back. So that is the 3 major projects. For the outer embellishments, I created these. They're made out of ribbon. It's the same ribbon that I use. And all I did was sew across, in and out on the edge, and then kind of pulled it together. So it gave me a circle. I did add some, and I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll pull it out the packaging. Sorry about the crinkle. Okay. So I did add some tulle in the back. And these are on foam dots, pop-up dots, so you can pull them out. So I have tulle in the back, and then the ribbon. The ribbon I also spray stained with the same one that I used throughout my project. This time I made sure I had a lighter hand. I did have some different key elements, metal pieces, and I gessoed them and used different ones as my centerpiece. These butterflies are from Dollar Tree. This was an ephemera pack that I have in my stash. I don't remember where. And then these words are also from the Tim Holtz Ideology Chit Chat collection. And then, of course, you got to have some ribbon, pearl ribbon, right? For the words themselves, I don't know if you can see it or the camera can grab it. They are glossy. I did use glossy accents over them just to make them a little thicker. But these are the 4 that I created. Again, this paper is printed off of Pinterest. This is really, really pretty. One of my favorites. It has a bicycle. Love the blues, the mints, the pinks. So I went with that one. And then for the back topper that I housed it in, again, another image that I got off of Pinterest. And then just use one of my decorative edges and one of my flowers that I created myself. So that was the embellishment number 1. For the second one, I decided to create a box to house them in. And again, this is another image that I printed off of Pinterest. I created the box from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And then I used some eyelash trim and some bling around. I did add a little curve here so you'll know that that's where you pick it up. I made sure that the girl was the focal point, and then of course those same gems that I've been using throughout my project, as well as the flowers and the leaves and the wired mesh. So in here I created 4 tags for her, and these tags, I packaged them up like that. Sorry about the music, guys. And for the first tag, I used this pink ribbon and I double layered it, so you have 4 strands. This is my favorite shape, my go-to shape. I did have different butterflies in my stash, so I gessoed them, and then I used gelato inks to give them color, and then I sprayed them with glitter dust. I did use some eyelash trim in the back. I did do some stenciling on the tags, and then use from the same ephemera pack that I used to decorate throughout the project. It's the same one that I use here. So these are in the purples. I use the same gemmies. And then these wooden words, I actually heat embossed to match the color. So this one is all in purples and it says dream. Then I went with the yellows and whites. Again, the same ribbon. Some stenciling in the back. Here's the ephemera, these beautiful florals. And I did double layer them up. Again, the same gemmies. This one says live and I did it in white. And the butterfly in yellow. And that was my second tag. My third one I did in greens. So there goes that butterfly. So you can see the sparkle and shine. Again, the stenciling in the back. All of these are printed off of Pinterest. I added the florals behind there. Heat embossed this one with some green to match. And this one says hope. And then my last one says love. And this one is in pink. Again, some stenciling, the gemmies, the floral, and then the metal butterfly and the eyelash trim. And that's that one. So this is my swap. Of course, I'm adding some extra goodies for her, which I'll leave a link to her channel for her reveal down below. You'll have to go over and see what I sent her that was extra. As always, I thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Isabel for another awesome swap. As always, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you real soon.